We are going to redo full Quiver Coffee because why? I'll tell you exactly why. Well, the first reason is coffee, although I love it and it is amazing, it is so competitive online to try to sell boxes of coffee. I mean, I'm dealing with Atlas Club and all these other things that I've got to, compete with. It just gets too crazy. So selling the coffee, plus there's not a lot of profit margin on it at all. You see, this is $25. Now, if you go to a grocery store, you're going to be able to pick up a box of coffee. It might not be specialty grade, but it's going to be way less than $25. And here's the crazy thing: even with $25, my profit on this with shipping was only about, I want to say it was $9 at $25. That was my profit, $9. But again, I got to make $9. I have to sell a coffee for $25, which really only appeals to specialty coffee lovers. And then, of course, the competition, like I said, is ridiculous because those guys want to brew their own coffee and roast their own beans and stuff like that. So whatever. It is what it is. Doesn't shut the dream down. It's just, little pivot. And that's what we got to do in business is pivot. But I'm keeping Brew, Learn, Grow because that is the core of what Full Quiver Coffee is. And I'm keeping coffee, entrepreneurship, and discipleship because, again, at its core, that's what it is. And I think I was focusing too much on selling all of the products and not really focusing on what the mission of Full Quiver Coffee was supposed to be to begin with, which is a discipleship center. I do have courses on here that I'm still going to be offering. Got Foundations, Teach Your Business to Rejoice, Kingdom Finance, like all of these different courses that are going to be available and still will be. The main difference is just going to be not selling coffee. Now, here's the technical reason on why I'm doing all of this. So you can see the site here. I've got the images. I got these little fancy things here. I could scroll down. I got these little scrollers. If I click on community, this is one of my favorite pages. I've got these little hovering dots, and I'm using Elementor with the UI Core, what's it called? UI Core theme. And it's great, but there really ends up just being paralysis of analysis. I mean, you've got like over 100 different things, like these little floaty things, this content, this background, different header for this, left, right, this background with a glowing gradient on it, all the animations. You see, like, it's one thing, like, yeah, it looks nice, but when it comes to development, like, this just took me longer than what it should have took me, And I think mainly it was because there was just so many different options to do so many different things. And I was trying to be like, what should I do? What should I connect? What should I, maybe this would be a cool animation here. And then I could do a background here. And, then I could do all sorts of stuff. Click and subscribe here, which just goes to the Full Coffee YouTube channel. So there's just so much stuff. And I think that's the problem with Elementor. My initial thoughts on Elementor were to be a flexible platform that integrates with everything. And then after integrating with everything, I realized it's way too much work and not everything integrates so flawlessly. And there's just so many choices and design decisions that you have to make that it gets mind-boggling, and simple things end up taking longer and longer and longer, and it just gets crazy. So I'm gonna get off of Elementor. I think I made a mistake, especially with all the AI stuff coming about. I think the backend could really be just AI. I don't need any extra crazy plugins that need integration like Tutor LMS. Look, I love it, but Tutor LMS is trying to be its own thing. I mean, they've got their own page builder. They've got their own checkout system. They've got their own everything. So, they don't want to be something else. They want to be Tutor LMS. And even though they integrate with the stuff, again, more options, more nonsense that you got to deal with. So I'm switching back, and this is going to be crazy, but I'm going back to Thrive Themes. If you have another page builder that you have in mind that you think would be a good fit, let me know, because I'm honestly getting kind of tired of Elementor. It's too complex. too many choices, too many options, and too many clicks just to do simple stuff. And when it comes to building, like I want to build fast and make it look good. I don't want to build incredibly slow just to get simple layouts. If I struggle with a layout, I could literally tell Cursor or Claude, hey, build me a quick HTML and then copy and paste the HTML in, and then I'm done. Like things are getting overly complicated with these page builders, and it's getting me annoyed. And then check this out. So take a look at this. Now, I try to be a minimalist, especially when it comes to this development stuff, as much as possible. And then I found myself installing so many different things. I had Woo funnels, funnel kits, Tutor LMS, because in my head, I was thinking, you know what? It's a pain in the butt to try to get all these external applications to work together with WordPress. And I'm not wrong. It is a pain. But you know what else is a pain? Flooding your WordPress site with 42 active plugins that all do different things just so everything can work together. Do you know how frustrating that is? Like admin menu editor to keep this somewhat organized. Otherwise, it would be keep on scrolling. It would just keep going down and down and down and down. Bit integrations, because as cool as Tutor LMS is, it doesn't integrate with stuff. So I needed bit integrations to say, okay, if somebody buys something, put them in Tutor LMS and then add them to my list. Like, what a pain in the freaking butt that was. And these are all paid plugins. ConvertBox, that's one of my go-tos. I'll keep that on everything. Just makes it super simple. Element Pack Pro, add 1,000 more widgets to Elementor. Is it cool? Yeah. But is it like crazy? Yes, extremely. Elementor, clearly I gotta update it. Filebird Pro, you know why? Because WooCommerce has about 1,000 different images. Look at this. And if you don't have some kind of media, see, if you don't have some kind of media organizer, you'll be scrolling for days just to get the images up. You have 1,000 images and it was the first image you uploaded. You're gonna have to scroll all the way down, all the way down, all the way down, all the way down. And with the more products that I kept adding, that was becoming a pain too. It was like, well, where's my product? So I had to organize it. Merch, coffee, courses, because they all ended up being WooCommerce products. And it became such a pain to organize. I was like, this is terrible. So yeah, so I had to install the file organizer, which added more load to the website. We've got Funnel Kit, which is an entire automation email capture platform on WordPress, which is, great concept, great idea. I don't think it's needed. It's just too much. Look how many Funnel Kit plugins there are. But I got this. Automations, Funnel Kit Cart, Funnel Kit Funnel Builder, Funnel Kit Builder Pro, Payment Gateway. And then I've got, I thought it was FS Poster is to automatically post to your social media, which is not a bad plugin. It's just more overhead. That's all. Imagify to try to compress images. This to try to integrate certain AI things, which is not too bad. It's pretty lightweight. What else? No email notifications, nested, like all of this stuff to just try to organize WordPress into something that would be, manageable and easy to use. And it just ends up not being. It just ends up being way too much, way too cumbersome. And then it slows everything down, and it's just crazy. Now you take a look at this. Like this is the full Quiver site to get everything working on it. Now look at this one. This is the back end of my Tech Simplified website. Literally nothing here except Thrive. But you know what? I could add courses through Thrive Apprentice. I could add lead capture through Thrive Leads. I could do the theme builder. And like everything is here. And, I didn't realize I kind of took this for granted. I was like, you know what? This plugin sucks. And at the same time, the plugin doesn't suck. It's just has not been updated to the way it could be updated. I wish there was a company that had something similar to Thrive, but that actually updated it with some good innovation. Come on. Like, why is AI not integrated into this yet? That's so slow. That's so crazy that it's not doing that yet. Even with the Thrive dashboard, let's look at the product manager. Do we really need, let's start getting some innovation here. Like, Why would they cancel the automation and put the automation on a completely different plugin? That's so dumb. This is a great suite. Like, it would have crushed automation or custom integration, like just something like that. I love the fact that they just added webhooks. I think that's brilliant. But outside of that, like, whatever, that doesn't really seem to be growing as much. But man, I built this site. It's nice. It runs super quick. I've got my landing page here. I built it incredibly fast. Join the waitlist. Everything's already integrated. ConvertBox is here, and there's no crazy overhead and overload with this. Granted, I don't have e-commerce on here, but I don't really need it yet. And for that, I'm either going to use Easy Commerce or I'm just going to build it with AI because I can. And I could just put a subdomain that says like shop.techsimplified and then just have that be the AI with React and Tailwind, which runs 10 times faster than WooCommerce. So this is just becoming crazy. So I'm going to kind of start fresh. I'm going to keep the same design, but I'm going to start fresh. I'm going to get rid of all of this. I don't need it. I'm done with it. Like this, it's just crazy. I'm going to clean this up. Actually, I just might start from scratch and just import the blog posts because I got a bunch of blog posts on here to make this a good family hub and to start getting, look, I have just drafts. I've never published them yet, but that's on me. But either way, if I go to the site, like, where's the blog? I got to try to find the blog. That's not cool. So we're going to switch it up. I'm going to take this site. I'm going to move it over. It's going to be same site, same mission, different layout, different backend, and it's going to look sick. And it's not going to take me 6 months to do like this initial one because I've got Claude ready to go. Look at this. I've got Claude ready to go. I tried to tell it to do a front end thing, and like this thing's just horrible. But it gave me the content. So as long as I got the content, but this is ugly. But I've got Claude ready to go. I've got the design ready to go. I've got the content ready to go. And I'm just going to build it and thrive. And let's follow along. And let's see how long it actually takes because I'm honestly just getting sick and tired of the complexity of Elementor. I think it's just way overly complex. And it's just too much. I can't wait for Divi 5 to come out. And if there's a page builder that you think would be great to use or that's simple to use, that's easy to get into without a huge learning curve, let's go. Let me know. Other than that, I think I'm going to go back to Thrive. I'm going to put a course together to teach solopreneurs from beginning to end how to use it, make some courses, and let's get this thing rolling. So thanks for hearing me out. Let's go. This is the new full Quiver Coffee. It's going to be fun.